9:37 at Better Than Ever Country and WBEJ Radio. Nothing like live radio, Thomas.
Most definitely, yeah.
Things going at the speed of sound here. We've got Thomas Logano.
Gaetano.
Yeah. Okay, Gaetano with us. They didn't write your name. There it is. Okay. And he's going to represent the Watauga Valley Art League. And wow, they just came off a really neat art show at Sycamore Shoals, and we're going to have another art show and sale coming up the 19th through December the 4th. First of all, you told me that very successful the last art show. A lot of folks came by to take a look at the product, and how did the artist receive all of that? Were they pretty hyped up about it and ready to go again?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely helping to create that kind of culture of momentum that we've got going.
Right.
We had the most submissions, so the most pieces of artwork on display than we've ever had at the small work show.
Oh, wow.
And we had the most attendance at the reception than we've had in probably the last 10 or 20 years or so.
Right.
The small work show has in the past been kind of just an extra one that's kind of just thrown in, but the turnout that we had and the submissions we had, I mean, it was a big deal in of itself. So.
Yeah, I like that. And on top of that, with that much product on display, once the public gets involved and seeing what is on display and what is available for purchase, it's just a win-win for everybody.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I talked a lot about how we're providing a great venue for new people that are coming into this area.
Right.
And I can think off the top of my head, there's a good handful of people that weren't members yet and were also fairly new in town and just interested in meeting people and just there to share the good time with everybody.
We talked a little bit about this the first time you were with us. So what is drawing more artists of a lot of different types of product, but what is drawing them to our region now even more so than before?
I think just it's a good byproduct of what happens when we have a really good community, a community that's growing, anywhere that you look where you have populations growing, people bring, what they have to offer to that community.
True.
And I think the more and more it's done, the more and more people realize it's possible. So what happens is I think it's kind of like exponential almost, where, maybe 10 years ago, things were kind of starting but slowly growing.
Right.
But now we're accelerating much, much faster. And yeah, people are kind of appreciating the beauty around here.
Right.
And then just kind of feeding off each other's excitement for being in a new place. So I really think that
and
plays
bringing in more younger people into our area, and of course that always brings on a new buzz, new blood, new ideas.
Definitely. There's always been, being so close to the Appalachian Trail, there's a lot of new people. I think the average hiker is probably a younger person. So
you'd have to be.
Yeah, most definitely to make it through.
The trail will wear you out, man.
Yep. So a lot of people are coming into town for that and just for the other recreation and thinking, oh, wow. So when they have thoughts about where do they want to go to school, where do they want to find employment, it has just that right balance of culture and good community.
Yeah, I think so too. Once again, the Watauga Valley Art League's Sycamore Shoals 2022 Art Show and Sale is November 19th through December the 4th. And let's talk about the artist reception, which is coming on Sunday, November 20th.
Yeah, so this one is kind of our holiday show. It's the Christmas show, but we try to put it in that around Thanksgiving time era, or period of the month. So it's going to be art of a lot of different sizes this time. So that's what's different about the small work show.
Right.
So you might see some really, really big paintings there, and definitely a lot more. We actually have not just on the walls of that building. It'll be in the same room as the small work show, but we're going to have art racks. So we'll have kind of with the number of people we have, it usually winds up feeling like a maze just because there's so many different places to hang art.
Right. And, of course, this will be will there be a lot of holiday-oriented type paintings and that type, considering it is at the holiday? Yeah,
I think our shows kind of tend to take on a seasonal aspect to it because we have one in the summer, the small work shows in the fall, and now our winter show. So people tend to consider that when they think about what kind of art do I want to submit. So it's a lot of snowscapes, a lot of cool mountain and landscapes, and then the occasional holiday one. A lot of good Christian art and things like that too. People celebrating Christmas. So really, really beautiful stuff.
I would think that also a lot of the paintings probably deal with actual landscape in our own region as well, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Most definitely. You drive around and you can look at the same landscape every season of the year, and you get a new painting of it.
Absolutely.
So, people definitely take advantage of that.
And once again, this is coming to the Sycamore Shoals State Park, and it's the art show and sale November 19th through December the 4th. Now, there are other areas where folks can enjoy art or maybe even purchase art, and let's talk about that a little bit. I know you've got what it's called the Roving Art Gallery at Hopland Medical Center. I've actually seen that art displayed down there. Tell me about that.
So that's a great program that Sycamore Shoals works with the Hopland Medical Center to just once again provide an opportunity for local artists to just have their art on display. And they have a really cool system where every 3 months the art kind of rotates out. So if you maybe were ready early in the year, you can submit art there, and maybe if you weren't quite ready, you can think, well, maybe for the third quarter or the fourth quarter, I'll have a couple of paintings to submit.
Absolutely.
So it kind of helps spread out the opportunity.
They've got quite a bit of stuff on display down there.
Oh, yeah. You can walk around in all the corners of the room and see the art and spend a decent amount of time looking at it.
Now, unfortunately, I saw it when I wasn't feeling all that great, but still, it was there, and I did notice it. Beautiful work, and of course, you have some fundraisers coming up, and those are going to take place at the 1 Acre Cafe. Tell us, first of all, where that is and what folks can expect.
Yeah, so the 1 Acre Cafe is in downtown Johnson City. It's a lovely little restaurant. It's actually a nonprofit organization, too. So they provide a lot of affordable meals to people. They provide a lot of employment opportunities for people that are falling on harder times.
Right.
A lot of what they do is by donation, but the food there is delicious. So you can get a really good affordable meal there. And we've been having our board meetings there for a long time, and we thought maybe it would be cool because they hang art and sell art too for local artists. And we thought, what a great idea would it be if our members could donate some of their work to the league so that the league can put it up and maybe sell some of that at an affordable price so that we can continue to fund these big seasonal art shows that we do. Because, when we have our art shows, this is a pretty unique thing. We don't take commissions. We don't take like a percentage from the art that sells. So the our members and eventually non-member in the community can keep all of their money from what they sell. But we are also looking for opportunities to balance that out with some art fundraisers too. And again, we have amazing artists that will put all the heart and care into creating their art, no matter what price point it eventually sells for. So that the art league can continue to fund our endeavors and just, kind of make fine art accessible, because that's always an obstacle too. As a charity nonprofit, we're trying to give people a chance to maybe give a gift of art that really speaks to them or someone they know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the idea. And the location, of course, is really cool. Like say, the food is great. And on top of that, you might find some artwork that is at a quote-unquote affordable price. Yeah. And so you get to take on full belly and also have a beautiful piece of artwork.
Definitely. It's really going to be a good opportunity to get something that is essentially priceless because it's still created by a local artist that is extremely professional. And yeah, you see something that maybe speaks to you, you can get that gift, that unique gift to someone. And it's perfect because it'll be on display for the entire month of December. So I think the timing worked out really well there, too.
So is, I'm assuming the fundraiser will run the entire month, right?
Yes, yeah. We'll have art from our members on display there for people to see. So go check them out. And if you see something you like, you can inquire to the people that are behind the counter at 1 Acre Cafe, and they can help make the transaction happen.
Sounds good. Let's talk about the records, historical records or paintings. And your note says that the records only go back to about 1984 or so. Tell me what you have and what you're looking for in order to get a handle on what's been going on and what's going to take place.
Yeah, so this is great. This is one of the things I wanted to mention last time, but, we got so nervous that I forgot to, interject it in there. But yeah, we have been around since 1969, but when we've recently dug through a lot of the photo albums and scrapbooks, our records only go back to that 1984. So the power of mass broadcasting, I want to just let the community know if you have any art that you think was created by a Watauga Valley Art League artist, or maybe a guest book from one of the events that took place from like 1972 to 1983, membership rosters, even newspaper clippings, anything at all that's from that window of time, please reach out to us. You can email us at WVAL@WataugavalleyArtLeague.com. You can also connect with us through Facebook. To just let us know, like, hey, I think I have something, my so-and-so relative was a member from those times, and this was some art they created while they were a member. Anything like that, it would be awesome, and we would love to kind of collect it, aggregate it, and make sure it gets preserved.
It's nice to see what was created maybe back in those first years when the Art League was just getting formulated.
Definitely, yes. If we keep going the way we're going, I mean, we are going to have a kind of longevity, from 1969 to 2000 blank.
Right.
That's a lot of history packed in there. A lot of stuff happened in the last 75 years or so,
and a lot of that's depicted in paintings.
Oh yeah, art is the mirror reflection of kind of cultural zeitgeist and all kinds of stuff. So
absolutely, and I know we're always talking about the arts and such, and I know you're basically a singer-songwriter and not necessarily a painter. So the arts cover a lot of different genres.
Yeah, I could see that. In our long-term future, we'll always have those roots in fine art. But yeah, if my, for example, version of art would be like broadcasting or music, I mean, I could see us hosting like a concert or an open mic night or something like that. Those kind of opportunities to practice your craft, whatever it is something that we could definitely provide. And I also wanted to mention, too, more so than singing, songwriting, it's also creative writing I'm interested in these days, too. So trying to take a crack at writing stories that I think people would find interesting and thought-provoking and entertaining is really something I'm hoping to do personally. And, maybe the Art League can help if it's visual storytelling like graphic novels or even children's storybooks, stuff like that too.
And getting inspiration from maybe something you've seen on display.
Oh, yeah.
But putting that into a writing form, poems or stories or whatever.
Definitely. You know, those you flip through even a book of poetry with even just simple illustrations. You know, an artist got paid to do that theoretically.
Sure,
so that's definitely something that we could get involved in and try to help artists.
Absolutely. When we talk about the art show, once again, art show and sale, November 19th through December the 4th at Sycamore Shoals. Is there any charge for admission? And I know you'll have the artist reception on Sunday, November 20th, but the art is going to be displayed whether there are folks there or not.
Yeah, so we don't charge admission. So, you know, the benefit of having our events at a park is that it's essentially public space, even though we do have the rooms. So people can come and just enjoy. Although we are more than willing to accept donations if people, you know, whatever that they can manage to give us, we would graciously accept. But yeah, so if you want to go and meet the artists and kind of have a more art gallery event vibe, you can definitely come on November 20th from 1:30 to 4 p.m. and take part in some snacks and the presentation of the awards and whatnot. And then if you want a more private experience, you know, something a little quieter, because a lot of people do show up at the Christmas art show, so we're all looking forward to it. But yeah, anytime between the 19th and December 4th, you can go and visit during the park's operating hours, and there should always be someone from the Art League behind the table upon entry, so that if someone does want to buy a piece of artwork, that transaction can be done right then and there.
Okay, very good. It's I love the fact that we're getting the word out even more about the Watauga Valley Art League and all the different folks that are involved in the works that they are beginning to produce, and also bringing more and more people into our area with this in mind. So it's a great opportunity. Once again, don't miss the Watauga Valley Art League's Sycamore Shoals 2022 Art Show and Sale November 19th through December the 4th at Sycamore Shoals State Park. The Meet the Artist reception Sunday, November 20, from 1:30 to 4, so that's this upcoming Sunday.
Yep, it's coming up quick. This is some of our busiest time of year, and for everybody else as well.
Absolutely. And don't forget, too, the Roving Art Gallery at Hopland Medical Center down on West Elk Avenue, and the fundraiser at One Acre Cafe, and that will take place all during the month of December. Correct.
Yep, anytime that the cafe is operating, you can visit there and check out some of the stuff we have.
Right, sounds good. Thomas, we appreciate you being with us today. And if folks need more information about the Watauga Valley Art League, what's the best venue to do?
Definitely probably email. We have a couple of members of our leadership that monitor the email, so that's WVAL at WataugavalleyArtLeague.com. But then you can also reach out to us through Facebook. We're getting more and more active on those platforms as well.
Okay, very good. And, of course, show up on Sunday.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
At the reception, and you'll get to talk to a lot of folks down there that way. Thomas, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me again.
It's 9:55 at Better Than Ever Country and WBEJ Radio. I'm David Miller. Have a great day.